Hey, viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to another round of F My Life with me and Phil. How you doing, Phil?
Hello, I'm not too shabby on this day, and we are. It's still nice for a September day. Some FML. Unfortunately, Connor's not with us today, so it's just us two.
It's just us.
Um, yeah, so we've got some. We're going to have a look at some FML because we haven't done this in a while actually.
We haven't.
So as we always do, we'll have a look at the first page. I know there's countless of pages upon pages upon pages, but we like to look at the first ones and see how we are. So it's basically all of the unfortunate things. It's like its own version of like Reddit's "Well That Sucks." A mixture. I think it's like a mixture of Reddit's "Well That Sucks" and "Today I Fucked Up." Yeah.
That, yes, indeed. Sorry, I was just gulping down a load of tea from my mug just then.
Oh, a bit of tea, a bit of tea.
Bit
Oh,
of
we like a
tea.
bit of tea.
A
Yeah,
little
we
bit of
like a bit of
tea,
tea.
grommet. Yeah, indeed. There we go.
A bit of fresh tea out of the fresh pan. Did
Yes.
you do it yourself? Did you brew the tea leaves? So you're there with your
I
porter
brewed the
porter
tea
and messel.
leaves.
Your porter and messel. No, that's not right. Your mortar and pestle. That's
Yes,
the one.
indeed. I strained each tea leaf individually. I picked them. I
Oh
hand-picked
no.
them from the fields of India and flew them back over here myself. I flew the
Or
aircraft
or
that brought
China.
them here. Or China, yeah. China,
Ceylon
India.
tea. Yep. China, India. Well, Andrew, I'm going to start today because I'm the best.
Okay.
So I'm going to start us off today with our first one, which is Mist the Poitant. Okay, that's French for point, as we all know. Today, after working all day to make a big vegan meal for my family, hoping to get them to become vegans as well, my brother thought it appropriate to pass around a block of cheese for everyone to grate over the pasta dish. Ah, now then, no, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't make people vegans. If
Yeah.
people want to eat, you should let people eat what they want to eat. If people want to eat meat or people want to eat things, no, I'm sorry. I can't. This is definitely you deserved it. You
Yeah.
can't
I'm a bit.
force people to become vegans.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you on this one a bit here because I'm just thinking, just be grateful that they're actually eating it to begin with, and if they want to grate cheese over it, well, that's up to them if they want to do that. So yeah, don't like try to force them to eat it a particular
No,
way.
you should never do
Yeah,
that. So I can see why you wanted to crack a block of cheese, because I'm just going to grasp the differences. So vegetarian is obviously they don't eat any meat related products, but they're fine with like dairies and
yeah,
things like that. But vegans won't have anything to do like no dairy products, no things related to that, no things made out of animals
if
like
it's
leather
not
products or stuff.
plant-based, they don't want to know. There you go.
Yeah.
Basically, yes. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm sure this OP, maybe their intention wasn't. Maybe they weren't sort of like gonna go all forceful on making them, but yeah, it is a bit YDI this one. At the end of the day, it's their choice if they want to do that. Don't complain about it. Just let them do it. Basically.
Exactly, yeah. And I will say that even though I do love eating meat and things like that, there are some vegan dishes that are really quite nice.
Yeah, there
No
are.
doubt a vegan pasta dish will be pretty tasty. And I have tasted vegan stuff before,
Yeah.
and I found it really tasty. But I couldn't give up meat. Not
No,
a
I
not a
couldn't.
hope in hell. I love meat way too
Yeah.
much.
But having said that, I did have a vegan thing that I got from Lidl recently. That's been sat in my freezer for a while. I just tried it and it was actually quite nice. It was a Wellington, but it was obviously not made of beef or anything like that. It was made instead with, I think it was a butternut squash, cranberry, and mushroom, and it was actually really, really
Ooh,
nice. Yeah.
now that sounds yeah. I've tried talked to you about jackfruit. Now
Yeah.
the funny thing is, jackfruit tastes exactly like. I can't believe the similarity in taste. Exactly like pulled pork. It does. It tastes exactly like pulled pork. Couldn't believe it when I first tried it. It's like wow.
Indeed. That's something there. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's a YDI on that one then.
Yeah.
Second
On to
one.
the next one, Andrew.
Sounds like a win, somehow. Today I found out that I'm allergic to shrimp when I went out for a lunch with my long-term crush after I finally got the courage to ask her out. She's really into seafood. A little while into the afternoon I started to feel itchy. She ended up scratching my back all night. Well,
Oh, that's oh dear.
yeah, that's it,
Oh
your life sucks. But having said that, it sounds like she basically still decided to stay with you through all of that. So maybe a
Yeah.
keeper.
I'll tell you what, she and me would get on very well.
Yeah, you love your seafood.
I do. Imagine if I found someone who's allergic to seafood. That'd be awful because you couldn't. I wouldn't. That essentially, if that happened, I would wouldn't be able to eat it again, or I'd have to only eat it when I'm on my own.
Yeah.
Because I know that I believe my uncle is allergic to shellfish actually, so he couldn't have like prawns or mussels or things like that.
Yeah, my mother is sometimes a bit allergic with certain types of seafood. But yeah, it's funny that. I mean, the thing is, like, if you had someone who was allergic to seafood, you know, in your relationship with them, you probably could have seafood of your own. You just need to probably like make sure you keep your food and her food sort of separate from one another. So
It'll be the thing for someone I reckon who's dating or in a relationship with someone who's allergic to nuts. Although nuts can be a lot worse depending on the severity. Some people it doesn't affect them too much, but some can go even in being in the same vicinity, in the same room as a nut, can put them into anaphylactic shock.
Indeed, yes. Indeed. I was in the same room as a nutty person the other day and it drove me absolutely bonkers.
Oh dear, oh
kind of
dear.
nut. Yes. Anyway,
Isn't it funny that allergic reactions, the most common allergic reaction seems to be go itchy, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, like rashes and things like that. But yeah, so your life sucks on that one, George. But like your title says, it does sound like a bit of a win, considering that your girl decided to stick with you and help you. So
and scratch your back, yeah your literal back scratcher.
There you go. Over to
Yes, nice try, mother. From 2012. Okay, so in 2012. My mum called me an arsehole. She was embarrassed when she saw that a visiting family member had overheard and tried to cover it up with, "Honey, you are a casserole. You are just delicious. Any guy is going to want you, sweetie." She honestly thought this would work.
Wait, what? So a relative heard her say that to you, and then she was embarrassed about being heard saying that, so she called you an asshole?
That seems to be it, doesn't it?
I mean, this is what? What kind of weird people? What kind of weird person is your mother? Okay.
I love that. I love that simile. You are a casserole.
Yeah.
What an interesting comparison.
Well, actually, that's not similar. That's a metaphor, isn't it? Because it's like saying you are the thing, whereas simile is like saying you are like a thing, kind of in the way you.
Oh yeah. So yeah, a simile is you are like something.
Yeah.
So that's as you can see. It's like there was a joke. I heard that where a young kid went up to his mum and says, "Mum, what's a metaphor?" And the mum goes, "My life is a train wreck." "I know that, Mum, but what's a metaphor?"
Nice. That's a good joke. I like that one. Yeah. I'm saying, it's an interesting metaphor though. Saying someone is like a casserole. You're saying I'm like a nice meaty stew with vegetables in it that's been, simmering away for however many minutes or whatever.
What is interesting is what makes a casserole a casserole. Is it just like, because to me, it's just like an amalgamation of like meats and potatoes and vegetables.
Yeah.
Is it only when it's like put into the dish, a casserole dish?
Is it something to do maybe with the fact that obviously casseroles are like slow cooked, so you put them in for a good hour or so?
Could be.
Yeah, something to do with that maybe. Just the way it's cooked, I have no idea. Because I'm not that much of a culinary expert, ladies and gentlemen, but I would say that your life sucks on this one.
I've also noticed something. All of them so far have been related to food.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some way, even
way,
that one. In a sort of way, yeah. Weird.
Indeed. Maybe that's going to be the title of the video, the food FMLs or something.
Watch the next one, because I already can see the next one doesn't look very... Oh, no, it does look foodie. Oh, look. Off you go.
Put some
Off you go,
steel
Andrew.
toe boots on, Phil. Today I went to shut the door and ended up banging my toe on my guitar stand. Then, as I was getting a snack out of a closet, I banged my toe again on the drawer, and now I can't walk. And do you know what I like most about this, Phil? The Your Life Sucks and the You Deserved It are both at 93.
Oh, yeah, they're the same. Yeah.
I think is that the first time we've ever seen them the same like that?
I think so. I don't think there's been an occasion where we have it. Yeah, this could be the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, shame it's not 69 or 420. Nice, 420.
Indeed. Yeah. Well, there's a bit of... I feel like
Bad luck there.
Yeah, a bit of both of these going on here. So Your Life Sucks is an accident and all that, but at the same time, to do it twice in a row just seems like, maybe you need to just watch where you're putting your toes, buddy.
And again, it's somewhat food related.
Yeah.
Because he was getting a snack.
Indeed. Everything's relating to food so far. What's going on?
I know this is crazy, but yeah. So he's banged his toe twice. He's got hello. We've got bad luck Brian here,
Yeah,
who's walking about.
indeed, yes. Well, yeah, that's a bit of both. Also, maybe there's a bit of an element of that's hilarious in there as well.
Oh, why is that not a button yet? Why is it
Indeed.
not? That's hilarious.
Yes, absolutely. Over to you, Phil.
Make it stop. Today I realised that my new house is next to an elementary school playground. Primary school, for those in the UK. I figured this out after I kept hearing loud, high-pitched screaming when the kids had recess break, for those in the UK, from inside my house. My sensory issues are already thanking me.
Oh, I mean, so I see a lot of people have said you deserved it on this, and I think I see where they're coming from, because when you got this new house, surely you must have noticed that there was a playground next to it for a school. How did
Andrew,
you not notice
you are on
that?
the same wavelength as me.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. How did you not realise? When you went around to the house, you would have thought, what's this to... Oh, right, that's a playground.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're like, surely there would be signs for the school, maybe. I would have thought. Did like the estate agent, or whoever, did they not say anything about the local area and what's
No, I
next
see
to
what's
it?
happening here. They put some camo over it, over the school.
Yeah.
So they couldn't see it. Just could not
Camouflage
see it.
netting over the school. Those kids are very stealthy, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's got sensory issues as well. Oh dear, that's not going to help. That's not going to help
Yeah.
proceedings.
So there's definitely an element of your life sucks in that one because of the sensory issues, but at the same time, I am just still thinking, how did you not know there was a school playground right next door to you? Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
seems a bit
so
odd.
totally true. That's so totally true. And the fact that if it's a primary school, and primary school is young age kids, so of course they're going to be screaming and shouting and everything, especially when they're outside in the playground. I remember when I was in primary school doing it all the time.
Yeah, you were the only ones shouting and screaming, weren't you, Phil? You just ran round and round the playground just going, "Eh," all the time.
Yeah. Also,
you could.
this is broken our tradition. There's no food related stuff in this one.
No, there's no food related, so that's an equal YDI on that one. No food.
Come on now.
Yes, come on now, indeed. Right, on to the next one then. When Harry didn't meet Sally. Today, after I was with my ex for 5 years before we split up because she didn't want to marry, have children, or seemingly grow up at all, now a year later, she has married some dude and is 2 months into their first planned pregnancy. I guess she just didn't want to marry or have kids with me. Wow.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are these things happen sometimes. Sometimes you just might not be a right fit for each other, and this is what can happen. So maybe she just wasn't feeling it with you, unfortunately, and found someone who she sort of developed a bit of a better bond with.
Yeah. It does just suck a bit that she gave you all that spiel about apparently not wanting to marry and all that, and then suddenly, flipping a year later, it turns out she's actually married and is doing all the things that she said she didn't want to do. But I guess it might just be one of those things where at one time in someone's life they think they don't want such and such a thing, but then maybe just between the breakup and the new relationship, maybe they've just sort of got to a point where I actually think, maybe I do want to do that. Things happen, but having said that, like only a year after you split up, it feels like that's been pretty quick. To get into a new relationship with someone else, marry them, and then be 2 months into their first pregnancy. God,
Yeah, that does seem a bit extreme, doesn't it? It's like it's gone a bit further. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a funny one. So I'm going to tentatively say, yeah, your life sucks on that one. Who knows? I wonder if there's more to this maybe than meets the eye.
Could very well be, couldn't there? But
Yeah.
just some people just don't click with one another really very well, do they?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay.
Indeed, they don't.
Right, a new friend from 2010. Brushing my teeth when I felt a lump of something in the corner of my mouth. Naturally assuming it'd be a bit of food, hey, food's back, that my toothbrush had dislodged, I spat it out into the sink and it happened to be a woodlouse.
Yikes! How the hell did that get in your mouth?
Yeah,
Jesus.
a woodlouse in there. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm assuming.
Oh, maybe it crawled onto his toothbrush and maybe died.
Maybe.
Something like that. I know that some people, you can get protective covers now for your toothbrushes.
I was also wondering if maybe this is in the morning. Maybe, I don't know. having said that, like, would brushing your teeth be the first thing you do after you wake up in the morning? Probably not. I was just thinking, like, for example, if someone had just woken up in the morning, maybe it like crawled in during the night, something like that.
Yeah, usually when I get up, well, I sometimes do brush my teeth straight on weekdays. I do, but on weekends I have some breakfast first, and then I have brush my teeth. But I get up even early on a weekday, so I don't have breakfast for a while.
I was thinking when you started that sentence there, I thought you were going to say, when I get up, I always have wood lice in my mouth. I was going to be like, oh shit, just spit them all out.
That's my
Superpower?
superpower. Yeah, just I spit wood lice at people. Wow,
Captain
that would work
Woodlice.
well, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I was just sort of thinking that'd be an odd kind of superpower, considering wood lice don't really do anything. They just sort of
Exactly.
crawl around. Yeah.
That does what is a woodlouse's purpose?
Yes.
Yes.
I guess
Interesting,
its
that
purpose
one.
is to just sort of digest all leaf matter and detritus and things like that. There you go. Fun fact about woodlice, they are, well, I think they are classed as crustaceans.
Who gives a
aren't they?
shit? I
Okay.
mean, sorry. Yeah. Say again.
No, too late now. You've missed your opportunity there for a nice little interesting anecdote, but now it's gone. No, I was going to say, interesting fact is that woodlice, I believe, are classed as crustaceans, aren't they? Making them related to crabs and things. Yeah.
I can see why, because they do have that sort of shell.
Shell and legs, and yes, indeed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well, these things happen. Okay, on to you then.
Casual. Today, actually, we didn't even friggin' rate this one. That's definitely Your Life Sucks on that one, yes. Casual.
Yeah.
Today, my dad casually mentioned my half-sister in conversation. He had her out of wedlock when he was only 13. News to me, he's never mentioned I have a half-sister before, and I'm frigging 22 years old. Apparently he and Mum thought I knew and just forgot to tell me. Wow.
Oh,
That's,
blimey.
a lot
That's
to unpack.
whoa.
Indeed. So he became a father at 13. That's that's pretty early.
That is. What I wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
Why they decided? Oh dear.
Teenage pregnancy, just something like that.
Only just about teenage pregnancy.
Yeah,
Well,
just
maybe
about.
not. What happens if his mum was younger?
Yeah, jeez. No, don't even mention that. I was also thinking, what if his mother was technically like of age? That would be really fucked up if that was the case.
That would be, but it's not the youngest pregnancy ever. Apparently, way back in China, there was a couple who were 8 and 9 years old, and and the woman was pregnant.
Oof, Jesus, good lord.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is pretty
you
bad.
only just that's just your kids' years. You're only just at the latter half of primary school. That is.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
indeed. Yes, that's definitely Your Life Sucks on that one, because that's a lot of things suddenly to learn all at once. Pretty big things, I would
Imagine
say.
how casual it would be. I'm just gonna get some fish and chips for tea tonight. Oh, okay, can I have some pie and chips? Yeah. Oh, by the way, you've got a half sister that I had when I was 13. Anyway, what sauce do you want on your chips? Wait, what?
Yeah, that's just the way to handle that. Just slip it casually in there. Just
Try and mask
dump
it up.
Indeed. Yep, Your Life Sucks. That's pretty a lot. There's a lot of heavy stuff all at once. Over to Phil.
What do you want from me?
I want an FML from you, Phil. That's what I want from you right now.
An FML, here we go. After weeks of my girlfriend moaning that I never go anywhere, I went out with some friends. An hour in, she started blowing up my phone. When I answered it, she was screaming in rage because I wasn't home to cook dinner.
Oh, jeez. Right.
Bit of mixed messages there, isn't there?
A little bit of mixed messages going on, and seems like an odd thing to start ranting and raving about. Just like, can she not make her own dinner? She really needs you to do it. Good lord.
I know, yeah. And if she doesn't want to cook dinner, well, there's always takeaways and fast foods and all that sorts of stuff that you can do. Or if you're not too hungry, you can just do something quickly.
Yes. Just thinking actually what I'm going to be eating this evening. Got myself another little meal. It's like a sausage thing, so I'll have to have that. But it's yes.
Have you still not tried the Sainsbury's barbecue chicken pizza? I keep telling you to try that.
I know I need to get around to that, but I still haven't.
Because it's phenomenal. It's still absolutely phenomenal.
It'll be much better than the little barbecue chicken pizza.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I once had the Morrison's variety in it. I thought that was good, but then no, the Sainsbury's one is really, really good. But yeah, I highly recommend that. But Yeah, this is crazy. This
Indeed.
she's got giving mixed messages. I'm wondering. You
Yeah.
don't think she might have some sort of split personality?
Well, I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't know. Yeah,
I don't know if you can really conclude that from the very limited information available.
Andrew, I
All
can
I'm
make
saying.
whatever fuck conclusions I want to. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
Phil can conclude that you're basically a war criminal if he wants to, and you can't question it, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. There you are. You're a
Yeah,
war criminal.
indeed. There you go. This girlfriend
You
is a
need to
war
pay
criminal.
reparations.
Yes, indeed. She needs to be convicted at The Hague for crimes against whatever. Indeed, there you go. Your life sucks, OP. There you go. Use your imagination by Aunt Boogie. Today, my boss emailed everyone in the company thanking us for record sales. As a result, all of us are getting bonuses. The staff responded with how thankful they were. I chimed in using AI's ChatGPT. It was perfect. My boss responded, "Did you just use ChatGPT, then put me on blast? You deserved it, okay? Don't, look, just if you're going to say you're thankful to someone, why would you get ChatGPT to do that for you? Why wouldn't you just say that yourself in your own words? Come on now."
That would be a funny moment though. Using the chat GPT.
Yeah.
Can you say thank you to my boss, please?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to say that because you should do that in your own words. Thank you. Imagine it probably would say something like that. I've seen some of the things that
Yeah.
ChatGPT does. It probably would respond like that.
Indeed. It would come out with some crazy stuff. It would give you an outline of the structure of what your thankful message should look like.
Oh god, it's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny to see that. And we did have a Soaping Hunter discussion, didn't we, on ChatGPT?
Yeah.
which was really interesting and what we thought as well.
Indeed.
But
Seriously though, it just feels so lazy. Like, why do you need to use ChatGPT for this? Like, why? Just why? Just a few quick thankful words of your own would suffice. You don't need to use an AI text generator to do it for you. Good lord.
exactly, no matter how advanced it is,
Yeah.
and it's the latest craze at the moment. Yeah.
Yes, that's what you deserved it, I think, on that one. There you go, folks. Indeed.
Andrew, who let you in? Disgusting. Who let you in? Who
no
let you
idea.
in? I love their username. Bye bye toast. So it's going to be something to do with toast. Yeah, here we go. So 2019, this is from. I came home from a funeral to find that my mother had cleaned my house. She thought it'd be a good idea to put my toaster in the dishwasher to clean it. My toaster is fried, and she thinks everything's fine.
Has she never seen a
oh.
toaster before? What?
Yeah.
My God.
Also, a fried toaster. You should have just gone with a Mars bar.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine trying to eat a fried toaster?
Oh my goodness! Imagine if you had deep fried a toaster.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that
just
would
like-
look weird.
My God, has your mother seriously never seen a toaster before? Does she not know how they work and what you're supposed to do with them and not supposed to do with them?
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. That's also toasters are quite big. I wouldn't know quite how they fit into a dishwasher.
Yeah, indeed. Like, would you have had to remove some of the shelves in the dishwasher to actually fit it in? Good lord. Like, I mean, would you not have like seen the fact that it probably has like a plug on it and thought, maybe this shouldn't go in there because it's, clearly got electrical components in it? But
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
thing. That is a bit strange. You would think, you thought she'd have a bit more life experience to know that toasters don't go in dishwashers.
yeah, if you're gonna clean a toaster, just give it a sort of dry wipe down, things like that. But God, weird. Yeah, it's definitely your life sucks on that one. I hope
yeah.
she maybe I don't know, paid you to help you get a new toaster, but apparently I'm guessing not because she thinks that everything's fine. Apparently. Oh jeez. Yes, your life sucks. There you go. Right. Doggone Right by Amelia. Today my boyfriend went out and bought a pistol. When I asked him in horror why he did such a thing, he said, "It's my God-given right as a US citizen. We're not even American. We immigrated from the UK and we were both atheists, or so I thought. Fuck my life." Oh dear. Jesus.
Oh, so he's going. He's taking his new citizenship as a US citizen now.
Yeah.
A bit too far.
Yeah. When this person says we immigrated from the UK, like how long ago was that? Have you sort of reached the point now where you've been there long enough to basically be given sort of, well, to be classed as an American citizen? Because I can never remember how US citizenship works. If you're an immigrant, how long do you have to have been living there before you're then granted like full citizenship or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know the process of that. It's probably a long-winded one, no doubt,
Probably.
because these things take time. Unfortunately, that's what happens. They take
Yeah.
time, and you have to pass the citizenship tests and all that.
Yeah. It was in actually some of the questions they use on the UK citizenship test for people immigrating here. How ridiculously stupid some of the questions are, because they're about like things like EastEnders and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Yeah, I think there's YouTube videos of various
yeah,
different YouTubers, various different US YouTubers trying the citizenship test, and it is funny.
yeah. It's just like, why are you asking them about EastEnders and stuff like that? That's the most unimportant thing ever. You could be asking them actual hard-hitting questions about, things like national values and things like this, or about the history of the country that they're trying to be part
Exactly.
of.
We don't. What's the theme tune? Da, 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 da.
Oh dear, yes. Yeah, I'd say that's kind of Your Life Sucks a bit on that one. It's a bit funny, like just fully embracing the whole right to bear arms thing, but there you go. Indeed, there you go. Feel like you've learned something about your significant other there. Right, over to you, Phil.
Okay, right, let's have a look now. Fish 101 from 2014. I noticed my fish was still hungry after feeding him earlier. I figured, a little bit more won't kill him. I was wrong.
Yikes. Dear. Well,
Oh,
R.I.P. fish.
overfeeding.
I think that's more like the fish's life sucks there, that one.
Yeah, well, I think the fish's life has more than sucked there.
Yeah.
The fish's life has been extinguished.
Indeed, yes. There you go.
I don't understand how it suddenly just killed him.
Yeah.
How much did you just put the whole bloody packet in or something?
I don't know. And I'm thinking maybe did the fish have like a health complication or something that you're unaware of, maybe? Because I know, for example, like one of the goldfish that my parents used to have. Sometimes if you did overfeed it, it sometimes had a few like issues with its buoyancy. Sometimes it would sort of like floating at a bit weird angles. So maybe there is just certain health complications that goldfish, that for example, can have if you overfeed them. But yeah, I don't know. I'm no expert on fish health, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a strange one. That one.
Yeah.
That certainly is a strange one. I didn't expect it to kill it just by giving it a bit more food. But there you go. Maybe it did have some sort of health condition that you weren't aware of. Well,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's fish's life sucks. There you go. Is it me or you? I've completely forgotten already.
It's you.
It's me,
Yeah,
that's
ding
right.
wazzle.
I'm sorry, I was distracted thinking about fish health conditions, that's all. Go home. Today I saw my dad naked. How? He came into the room I was staying in, drunk. I'm going to need a whole lot of therapy. I'm sure you are.
Oh dear. Well, you can't really control your actions much when you're drunk, can you?
No.
That's the problem, and that's what happened. But that would have been a sight. Oh dear.
Your life sucks, indeed. That's all I can say on that one. Yeah.
Have you ever accidentally caught a family member in a state of undress?
Fortunately not, no.
When you were younger? No.
I haven't. Fortunately, my family members have been very careful in that regard.
Yeah, you've got to be.
Yes, they haven't been. But I've heard of distant relatives who have caught other distant relatives in situations like that.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Must be awful.
Yep.
Right, worried. So today I texted a friend saying I urgently needed his help. He gushed back along the lines of, "Glad you reached out. Everyone has noticed your terrible frame of mind. You're a suicide risk. I meant help with a tricky Excel spreadsheet, but thanks for the support, I guess."
Wow. Oh dear. Well, yeah. I mean, at least your friend seems to be keeping an eye on you and is maybe thinking about your health. But
what are you doing that's made them think you've got a terrible frame of mind?
Yeah.
That's a bit worrying.
Maybe it's a wake-up call. Maybe there's something in your life, OP, that you need to be concentrating on a little bit.
Yes.
That way.
Maybe it's maybe you're getting oversaturated by Excel spreadsheets.
Maybe.
That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Nobody wants too many Excel spreadsheets and having to worry about making sure they.
Oh God, tell me.
put all the
Oh
data
God,
in the right
Andrew.
order.
in my job. Oh my God, we've got loads of Excel stuff that we deal with.
Is it death by
lots of
Excel spreadsheet?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are bringing. I think we're bringing Microsoft up to its up to the high domains on the high echelons. Yeah.
Fortunately, the only Excel spreadsheets I have to deal with in my job are marking grids, where I input grades and things like that. Once I've marked essays and whatever else have you. So yes, luckily, they only come around every so often, which is good. Oh
But
dear.
I would have a look at yourself and see
Indeed.
why people think you've got a terrible frame of mind.
Yeah, maybe it's a wake-up call. Who knows? Indeed, indeed. The golden child, Phil. Today, my mother's blatant favouritism of my little brother hit an all-time high when she got him his dream car for his 18th birthday to the tune of £7,000. Do you know what she got me for my 18th last year? £10 in a card and a bottle of cheap wine that she ended up drinking herself. Ooh, yeah, I think we definitely know who the favourite kid is there.
Yeah, it's never nice when parents show favouritism.
Yeah.
As well. Also, a dream car for £7,000. Are you sure? Is that sounds to me like it's going to be an old banger?
Yeah. £7,000 sounds like it's not going to be something amazing.
I know that doesn't seem amazing because £7,000 in today will hardly get you a decent car. I'm afraid, not in today's society.
Either that or the little brother just isn't aiming very high when it comes to dream cars.
Even so, then you should never. Yeah, as a parent, you should never show favouritism unless you've got only one child. That's absolutely fine. But if you've got multiple, because I was talking to your parents the other day, Andrew, and they adore your sister. You, on the other hand, well, they told me some things.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, there you go. I was about to make a joke then about hey little Timmy, what's your tape? What's your kind of dream car? I want a little Lamborghini or something like that. And then you turn to little Tommy and say, what's your favourite dream kind of car? And he says, I want a shitty little Vauxhall Corsa. We go, a Fiat Panda.
We all like our dream cars, don't we? Yes, love your dream cars. Yeah, but people say it'd be good to have a things like a Lamborghini, but the insurance on it and things like that's what you got to consider.
Indeed. My dad had a friend who once bought himself like a proper Ford Mustang, like a proper sort of American muscle car. But the problem is my dad always to my mum would say, I don't see the point of it because it's a gas guzzler, so you're having to fill it up with fuel quite frequently. And on top of that, obviously, because it's an imported car, because it's obviously a pretty expensive car, the insurance is obviously, like you say, really high. It just feels like a money sink. So yeah, indeed.
Yeah, that's the problem with these types of cars. Can be very expensive.
Indeed, yeah. Let's see your life sucks on that one, OP.
I'm cool. I'm hip.
Are you?
Today at my theatre group, my theatre group, I was supposed to stamp my foot in a tantrum, then exit stage left. I stamped my foot at just the right height and power for it to go all the way up my leg and then dislocate my hip. I'm only 36 and now I might have a bad hip for the rest of my life.
Ouch. That's unfortunate. You acted too well. So
yes,
well
overacted there, and that must. God, the amount of power you must have put into that stamp to actually cause it to go right up your leg and then dislocate your hip. Jesus.
Yeah. Just thinking though,
what were you fucking stepping on? Concrete? Was it concrete?
I was just gonna say, when you stamped your foot, did you come down really hard on your sole or something instead of the balls of your feet? I don't know. Because I feel like depending on the angle of your foot, there are probably definitely ways you would exacerbate the shock of that. So who knows? That's your.
Maybe you stamped right onto diamond. Yeah.
Indeed, yes. That's Your Life Sucks. The opposite of vibing, Phil, from 2011. Today I was texting a girl I like. Every message she sent came 10 minutes after I sent her a message. When I told her I've got to go, she responded almost instantly with an okay, bye. Okay.
That doesn't sound very hopeful, I'm afraid.
Right, so every message she sent came 10 minutes after I sent her a message. That's not too bad. If she was leaving 45 minutes or a whole day or something, then that'd be something. But
no, I think it's the fact that so there were quite bigger gaps compared to as soon as you said right, I'm off, she just went by.
Yeah, I guess it's that. Yeah, I guess maybe it's just a sign, OP, that maybe it's just.
It wasn't really that interested in talking.
Yeah,
that could be a thing as well.
That could be it. In which case, your life sucks, but don't press it. Just leave it be. Probably for the best.
Okie dokie, we got to get that clout. Today I was tricked into seeming like a sexist pig. A girl at the gym asked me to show her how to use a machine, so I did. Then she started screaming at me to leave her alone. An hour later I was all over the gym's social media in a phone video, heavily edited to make me look like a creepy gym bro.
Wow. Okay, that is serious.
Wow, that's a bit far. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you need to stand your ground and explain that no, this is not what happened, and explain.
I'm just thinking as well, if this is being plastered all over social media and it's clearly an edited video, like, would that not fall under what would be like kind of slander laws or something? Could you not take legal action against that? Because that's like, if this is indeed the case that you've been sort of manipulated into this, then that's kind of destroying your reputation completely unfairly. In which case, surely there must be like some legal recourse you could take here.
I don't think there's one. I don't think there's legal recourse for an individual. I think slander laws is mostly for companies.
Well, no, I'm sure you can do it against individuals. I don't think it matters if it's an individual company. If it's something that, your kind of reputation is being tarnished in a way that, in this case, is quite serious, I don't think it matters whether it's an individual. I'm pretty sure you can serve them with a lawsuit, something like that, to say, this is highly unfair and you should stop doing this. Something like that.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Google.
Oh, he's searching for it.
Are there slander laws against individuals?
According to Wikipedia, slander actionable per se. The following are actionable without proof of special or actual damage. Words imputing a crime punishable with imprisonment. Words disparaging a person in their office, trade, business, or profession. Established in Section 2 of the Defamation Act 1952.
Right, so
Okay.
this is not exactly... So it's words disparaging a person in their office, trade, business, or profession, which this really isn't.
Yeah. Maybe not slander then. Maybe you could get him for harassment or something then instead. Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose something like
Yeah.
that could work,
I
couldn't it?
definitely feel like there's got to be something you can do legally, though, against that, because that is pretty friggin' insane. The fact that it's been shared on social media.
But then the thing is, how can you prove that it's been edited?
Well, I think you'd have to... I mean, potentially there, you'd probably get like a court order or something to get the person who took the video to actually turn over the original video. They will be... I'm sure you could probably get them legally compelled to do that, so then you could compare original video to what's been
Oh yes, whoever took the
edited.
video, yeah.
And
I
if
wonder who it
you-
was who
yeah.
took the video. That's weird.
And I think probably if you had a good lawyer, they could probably, for example, if the person who did it tried to delete the original video, you could probably get them into trouble for doing that, because that could be taken as being like conspiracy to try and defraud or like commit perjury or something. There's probably ways you can do it to get it to prove and things like that.
How is
'Cause
she
I-
acting like
yeah,
that? No, that's awful.
It is,
That's awful
yeah.
behaviour.
It is.
Get her banned from the gym.
Yeah, pretty serious, but yeah, I would say genuinely look into if there's any legal options open to you there, because that's serious and that could really tarnish your personal image in a way that could have repercussions for things like job interviews if people find out and stuff like that, because obviously if it's on social media then the whole world can potentially see it. Yeah. Your life
I
sucks.
think for this one we've got that's not very hilarious.
Indeed, that's not hilarious at all. Yeah. Okay. Right. It's me, isn't it? Gunk. Today, I discovered the filter and drain thingy on my front-end loader washing machine. I've had the machine for 7 years. I should have worn a gas mask cleaning it. Ooh.
Oh, so it got a bit filthy, did it? Yeah, you've got to make sure they're cleaned out thoroughly.
Indeed.
Also, isn't it funny? I've just realised how the gym one was fell to me to read.
Yeah.
Because I'm the gym goer.
He's the gym person, old Phil. Yes. There you go. Yeah, I'd say this is Your Life Sucks, but at the same time, I feel like whenever you get any sort of household appliance, surely, you read the manual and just check for things like cleaning
Yeah, you
and
need to
stuff
make
like
sure
that. Yeah.
Also, very important, a PSA for people. Please make sure that you clean out the lint from your dryer.
Yes.
Don't leave that, for God's sake. Don't leave that, because I've seen like videos where it's like stacked up. You can see all this lint stacked up, and it is a fire hazard.
It is.
So, you after every tumble dry, you need to get rid of all that lint and fluff and stuff. My tumble dryer says after every five dries, but I usually do it after every dry.
Yeah. I know back at my parents' house, for example, their dryer, they would always do it after every single cycle. They wouldn't just leave it. They would just get rid of it. Indeed. That's what you should do, ladies and gentlemen. So, Your Life Sucks, but next time pay a bit more attention to what the manual says. Right, over to you then, Phil.
Right. Okay, handlebar, a 2010 one. We're getting quite a few old ones today. I've noticed. I realised that I could see my own moustache out of my peripheral vision while I was eating. I'm a 23-year-old woman.
Wow. Have you let it get to that state? Good lord. Wow.
Yes, it does happen. They can grow hair. There was stupidly there was all these things back in the past about bearded women's and being put into these sort of
Shows.
like ring shows and things and classed as freaks. No, come on, no need to be nasty like that.
Indeed. Everyone grows body hair, okay? Including on the face. So, don't... it's just perfectly natural, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, unless, this woman wants to have a moustache, but clearly I'm guessing by this FML they don't, well, maybe just look in a mirror every once in a while. Just maybe shave a bit more often.
Yeah, that needs to be sorted.
Yeah, there you go. Indeed. Your life sucks, but be a bit more observant, I'd say. Keeping up appearances. Today, my parents screamed at me for being diagnosed as depressed because I'm not allowed to be depressed because me being depressed makes them look like bad parents who couldn't raise a happy, normal child, so I have to be happy or I'll be punished. Wow. Okay, that's you need to get new parents.
That's not good parenting at all. Yes, that is diabolical parenting.
Yeah.
If you've got depressive issues, then it's a genuine thing, and then you need to seek mental health and medical health professionals to help you out. Because why? No, stop it! Why are parents acting like this? This is not right.
I feel like surely this potentially would count as a form of abuse, would it not? You have someone who has a mental health problem, and then you're basically just badly treating them, and you're being incredibly selfish. They're not thinking clearly here of the kid, they're thinking of themselves, which is real sort of self-centered behaviour. So,
very big time.
Yeah. I would say, maybe once you've got your depression issues sorted, maybe it's time to have a long hard think about how often you really want to be sort of in contact with your parents. So if you're over 18, maybe time to explore your options about moving out.
Yeah, they don't want a toxic relationship with them as well. Also, can I just say, Keeping Up Appearances was a good comedy show.
Yeah,
it was
Hyacinth Bouquet.
Yes, those there may be some people who don't know, but it was a British comedy show, one of the classics about a family. Well, it was basically two people, but the woman Hyacinth always liked to show that she was, upper class and posh. Yet she had her brother and it was a sister, wasn't it, who wasn't quite, was a bit more lower class.
Yeah, indeed.
And she had a husband as well, Richard, and her last name was Bucket, but it's always Bouquet.
Yeah, she pronounced it like that. There you go. Indeed. Yeah. So your life sucks definitely on that one there. Right, over to you then.
Bananarama, another old one. Oh God, 2011. Today I was mugged, and the guy mugging me was eating a banana. Okay, I'm not quite sure how they relate, but okay.
I think the mugged is very much the important part here. I don't know what the deal is with the banana, like why you felt the need to specify that, but okay. I mean,
can you imagine that? Give me a wallet. Oh, just get me a potassium fix. Hang on.
Indeed, yes. I mean, it's funny that, this criminal was so confident of their mugging skills that they felt, they could keep one hand occupied with a banana whilst they were mugging you, which was interesting, but,
Exactly.
Indeed.
Can I say Bananarama? Good band. Good band.
Definitely your life sucks on that one, though. Nobody wants to be mugged. But, not that that's going to be of any help to you now, considering how long ago this was, but there you go.
You should have mugged them right back and say, well, I'm taking your banana.
Yes, indeed. That'll definitely, be a worthy replacement for all the money or phone or whatever that's been stolen from them. Yes. Fuck those dudes. By who the fuck asked you? Today, already stressed from my classes, I decided to scarf down a huge burrito while on break at school. Some Andrew Tate wannabe decided to come over to my area and tell me how unattractive I was for eating so much. Fuck you, dude. Yeah. Fuck that guy. So definitely your life sucks on that one.
Yeah, you shouldn't make the assumption. And also, Andrew Tate. Oh, what a fucking arsehole he is! Yeah, it's the amount of arsehole he is. But he's just like this sort of. He went to prison, and then he's trying to become this self-prophesized person.
Yeah.
I look at myself in the mirror, and I see a fantastic man looking. Oh, fuck off, you stupid bitch!
He's just a misogynistic, just Fucking sad, insecure man. The funniest bit though was when he got absolutely owned by Greta Thunberg on Twitter. She just he said something to her, and then she said, oh yeah, she said something about small dick energy, and it was hilarious. But yeah,
I know she's a good environmentalist, is Greta Thunberg. But yeah, I don't know why people feel the need to comment on things like this. If you feel that you want to have a bit of a break, especially when your classes. I remember when I was in university and got stressed, it's nice to have a bit of food to help you out.
Yeah, indeed. Nice big breakfast to keep you going for your exams and all that. So yeah, your life sucks definitely on that OP.
Also, the fact that you said you're eating so much, what happens if that was the only thing she'd eaten all day up till then? Do you know what I mean?
Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. It's not that person's place to tell this person, how they should and shouldn't be eating and all that. Screw you. Keep out of my life. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Anyone could have waltzed in. I was looking for my condo keys, thinking I'd left them in my mailbox on the first floor the night before. Leaving to check, I realised I forgot to take them out of my door when I'd come in, leaving them in the keyhole.
Oh dear. You had a forgetful moment there. I mean, we all have forgetful moments like that. And I see, obviously, there's a lot of people who've put you deserved it, which, okay, sure, it's on you for being forgetful, but I don't think it's that major an issue. I mean, by the sound of it,
I always have a worry about things like that. I always do have a worry about leaving my keys or forgetting to lock the door or, things like that.
But in this instance, it sounds like nobody's actually gone in there. There's been no real repercussion, so chalk it up to experience and just make a mental note not to do that again. Yeah, it's a learning experience.
Yeah, maybe. What I've been told, which is a good thing, is someone videos themselves locking their front door.
Yeah.
That way they know they can do it when they're like, oh no, did I lock my door or not? And then they can oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, indeed. Because it's one of those things actually, where I think because it's one of those things where it's like you do it without even thinking about it. So later on in the day, you suddenly think, shoot, did I do that? But of course you can't remember because you weren't consciously thinking as you did it. So it's like one of those things where actually pay attention as you're doing it, actually memorise the sight of your hand twisting the key in the lock, so that way it stays in your head and you remember later in the day when you think, shit, did I do it? Yeah, you can remember, yes, I did. There you go. Yeah, your life sucks, but with a bit of an element of harmless YDI, to put it that way. Indeed. I'm too old for this shit. Today I went out for drinks with two 18-year-old girls and a 30-year-old woman. I'm 53 and wanted to hook up with the 30-year-old. She got drunk after an hour and went home in a taxi. Meanwhile, the two 18-year-olds drank me under the table. I'm sat with them trying to sober up so I can walk home.
Oh, okay. That sounds a bit of fun, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed. Quite the age gap there, though, I must say, between the OP and the people they're with. I mean, not that I'm judging. I mean, they're all of age, so... it's their choice if they.
And the fact that he said he wanted to hook up the 30-year-old, which is a bit less of an age gap there.
Less, yes. Indeed. I mean, I know there's quite a few people who said you deserved it on that one. I guess a lot of people are thinking, age gap, creepy. I mean, if everyone's consenting adults, then it's not really our place to judge. So I'd maybe sort of say your life sucks, but at least you seem like you're taking responsibility for making sure everyone's okay, and there's no suggestion of any sort of like.
And yes, and even though you've had a drink as well, you're not thinking about driving.
Yeah,
which is a good thing to see.
Yeah, so I'm trying to sort of see the silver lining in it, basically. Yeah, there you go. So that's what I'll say on that one, Phil. Over to you.
Right, okie dokie. How did you screw up so bad? After I made a new Google/YouTube account a couple of weeks ago, I failed to realise the name I made on YouTube also relates back to my Gmail. I've been sending professional work-related emails under the name of Poop McNugget.
Okay, there's no that's hilarious there, you gotta say.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, oh dear, yeah, you've got to be careful with them. You've got to make sure you have a nice, good email for your when you send like professional things like that.
Yeah, so there is a bit of you deserved it in that, in terms of, do you not think, the Gmail that you're using for sending professional emails, like surely you must have realised that that if you're using that for the same sort of Google YouTube account, that might be a bit of an issue. Surely you should create a separate email and use that one for the Google/YouTube account. Indeed.
There you go, because otherwise you're going to have things like that.
Yes.
I reckon it'll probably given some people a bit of a laugh.
Indeed.
When it's in like that. I mean, if I was running a business and I had anything like that, and I saw something like that, I would have a little chuckle. I would.
Yeah, there you go. Indeed. So, yeah, a little bit YDI, but at the same time, sorry, that's hilarious, rather. Indeed. Panic on the streets of Hanford, 2012. Today I got my foot stuck in the car seat belt. I kept pulling to loosen it up, but it just kept getting tighter till my foot was in the air, so I started panicking and eventually started crying. My boyfriend had to pull over and save me from a seatbelt. Okay, first question. How did this happen? How did you get your foot stuck in the seatbelt? Because the seatbelt is nowhere near your foot, so why were
you relaxing back and then it got stuck up, or
yeah, was she like?
Maybe when you pulled it up, it got stuck there, and then it pulled you up. I'm sorry, but there's a little bit of that's hilarious in this. I've got to say.
I'm trying to picture how this could have happened in my head, and the only thing I can think of is if the OP pulled their feet up onto the car seat, maybe, or was sort of trying to sit cross-legged or bunch up on the car seat or something because I'm just trying to picture how it could have happened. But yeah, it's a little bit of hilarity and a little bit YDI on that one. Indeed.
It is a little bit funny, but yeah. At least you got a loving boyfriend there who pulled you out of the ether.
Indeed. Yeah. Over to you then.
ESP like telepathic. Today I'm tired on Benadryl, temporarily moved into my mum's house because my roommate chose to get an ESP dog who sheds, even though I told them I'm anaphylactic crazy allergic. They won't get rid of the dog and I can't afford to break the lease. I'm also flunking all my classes.
Ouch. Yeah. That's a sorry situation to be in. I feel quite bad for you.
The ESP, yeah, well, ESP, what's an ESP dog? Is it like
I don't know.
A dog who might help for guidance?
Yeah, it sounds like emotional support pet, maybe.
That's probably what it is, isn't it? Something like that. Sort of pets you can take on planes and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's a series of unfortunate events. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Especially if you can't afford to break the lease with the roommate and all that. Yeah, that's a real issue, especially since you told them beforehand that you're allergic. Dear me.
It will cause you a lot of issues. No, that's not what you want. That's not what you want at all.
Yeah, I mean, at least your mum seems to be supportive and helping you out at the moment. So hopefully, she's there for you. Absolutely. All right. It's toasted, Phil. Today I opened up the preheated oven to discover the chicken casserole I made last week is now sludge. The freshly toasted maggots are scattered all over the oven. I took the casserole out, but I didn't have my glasses on to see the maggots before placing the pan of biscuits inside. Wait, so... Right, so...
Wait, what happened here?
Yeah.
So you opened the preheated... Oh, you must have left this chicken casserole and didn't realise it was in there.
Yeah.
And then you put some biscuits inside.
Yeah. I'm either interpreting this two ways. Either it was left in the oven for far too long, or it was made sort of beforehand but then left for a week and was then put into the oven, and it was only round about then that the OP found out that it technically had gone bad. Yeah, I'm sort of trying to figure this out in my head.
I think what they've done is they tried to make the casserole and they accidentally forgot about it, and they've left it for a week in the oven, and it's just gone and turned.
Yeah.
Turned to sludge whilst they attempt to put something else inside.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But the fact that maggots have crawled in, good God.
Yeah, where have the maggots come from? That's the thing I want to know. Is your freaking house infested or something? Because they've got to have come from somewhere. Yeah, strange. Because I feel like, if there were maggots in it, surely you would have noticed flies or something. They must have laid the eggs that caused the maggots. I don't know. It's a weird one. Strange, but yeah, you need to be a bit more observant of that OP. I can definitely see why that's a YDI on that.
Unless you want fresh maggots inside your meals. Ooh, full of protein.
Yeah, toasted maggots. Tasty. There you go. Oh, dear me. Yeah, that's a YDI, I think.
Well, there we go. That's the end of today's.
And it was good, actually. We ended on a food-related one. Just as we
certainly, and not only that, but it's a casserole again.
Yeah, it
which
is.
We had up near the one of the first ones. Yeah,
indeed. So we went from a metaphorical casserole to an actual literal casserole. There we go. You see, Phil? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
It all loops in a lovely circle.
Yes.
The circle of life and trust.
Or in this case, the circle of casserole. There we are. All right. Well, thanks for joining me there, Phil.
It's been some intriguing ones. We've had a lot of old ones I've noticed today.
Yeah.
A lot of the old ones have come through.
A lot of oldies. What goldies, Phil? There you go, indeed. And, let us know your thoughts in the comments if you want to, ladies and gentlemen, and all that. On that, we'll wrap up here. So, Facebook and Twitter links are down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, I like us, of course, always. Appreciating all that. Sorry, I started not Englishing good all of a sudden then. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, I shall see you later, guys. Have fun, and whatever you do, do not fuck your own life.
I hear the other one. Oh god, he's there. Fucking balloons in the way. This way. I want to see how he attacks. God, the poacher's in there. I can see him put his traps in there. Where's that hiding onto there? No. Hey dude, I'm behind you. Oh god, this... Oh, shit. No! Right. Fuckers. Oh my god, I just took out his searchlight beam. Oh, shit. Right, let's see how he attacks. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Oh my... Jesus. Gun. Whoa, fuck. Jesus. Help. The one down.